Hello again, witchy people. Back for another HedgeWitch view. Now, in my last video, I briefly mentioned about fire coursing or talking with fire, flame speaking, flame divination, fire divination. And although I don't want to go too much into divination specifically, I will be putting a few bits in here and there, and so one of those is fire divination. Now, the reason I've chosen fire divination is I think it's because it is one of the easiest, in my opinion, one of the easiest forms of divination. Because all you need is a bit of calm, a bit of concentration, and a flame. Now, similarly to how you mirror scry, some people do like to use a flame in front of a mirror because this accentuates the flame, obviously, or some people like to put it in between a V of mirrors, so they have a mirror here and a mirror here, like this, and they put a flame in front of it so that the flame is all on sides. Or you can just stare into a fire, make a small cauldron fire, stare into that. I think it's very appropriate for now because obviously it's coming up to Mulk and flame is, I think, quite appropriate for this time of year. So what do you do when you try divination with fire? Like I said, it's very simple. So you have a candle and you need peace and quiet because you need to concentrate. And it can be any colour candle, like I said before, you know, a candle is a candle. Pick a candle, the colour you like. If you need a candle that corresponds to what you want to be divining for, then you can do that. But basically all you need is the candle. So you light the candle. If you want to do that in a very ritualistic way, then of course you can. Being a HedgeWitch, I don't. I just light the candle. And what you have to do is sit in front of that flame. Now that flame, like I said, can be any flame, but you have to concentrate on the flame to the point where you see nothing behind it, you see nothing to the sides, all you see is the flame. Don't get too close. So you don't want to go burning yourself or anything, obviously, but you concentrate on the flame, but you have to keep calm. And then, now there are two ways of divination with flame. One of them is similar to pendulum dowsing. You ask for a yes or no answer to questions, and if the flame flickers or dies down, it can mean a yes or a no. You ask the questions to define what is yes and what is no. So you start off with a question you know the answer to, and if it's a yes, then how the flame reacts will be your yes. So that you know that if the flame rises and flickers up, then it's a yes, and if it dies down slightly, it's a no. Or it might be the other way around. The other way is slightly more difficult. And like I said, you can do this with a candle flame. You can do it with fire. I know obviously a lot of people think Beltane is very much a fire celebration, but obviously, I mean, I think because of the, you know, that those feelings of awakening, and it is just, fire is, I think, appropriate for Imbolc. Anyway, so you light your fire or your flame or your cauldron flame, and you stare and you concentrate totally on this flame, and you keep calm. Try to have no interruptions, but you will find if you concentrate hard enough, you can kind of block out things around you anyway. You can, it's almost like you become mesmerized by the flame. So you block out everything around you and you just concentrate on the flame, and then you'll start seeing signs or figures and pictures within these even if it's just a single candle flame, you kind of see it, like you might get a little splutter of a flame come out, and you'll see something in that. Now, I have heard people doing this with electric light. If you stare into a halogen bulb for long enough, I would not suggest this. Obviously, if you're sensitive to light or anything, don't do it, you know, and if your eyes hurt, don't do it. I mean, I wouldn't suggest anyone stare into the sun for too long, or at all, really. But you concentrate until it's almost like you don't see the flame anymore. You just see in the flame, so you don't actually see the flame. It's kind of like when you look at these 3D pictures, your eyes kind of just glaze and you don't see anything, and that is when you will get pictures. Now, you either have to record what you're doing so that you can say things that you're seeing, or if you're very good at writing down without looking, write them down. Or if you're very good at remembering, just remember them. But then you can start to look into what these symbols and images mean for you. Once again, I go very much on intuition, because different, for instance, if you see an animal, animals mean different things to different cultures, to different people. So you have to kind of put that into, don't go just on what someone else says. Look into your past, your history, where you live, and think about what that means to you. And it's that simple. You don't need anything else. So that's it. Candle divination to a certain degree. We used to call it, you can call it fire coursing, flame calling, fire singing, anything, but it's divination by flame or fire. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say today. Thank you for watching, witchy people. I will be back soon. Bye for now.